Josh here. I wanted to kind of talk to you about this new book I read. I Tell You Now it is a collection of autobiography essays by Native American writers. It was published in 1987, so a lot of the writers there, obviously in the first half of the 1900s, these were poets and writers. A lot of them were professors of Native American studies or English or philosophy around the country. The collection includes 3 Cherokees, there's Osage, there's Navajo, there's a whole collection, again, that different tribes that the people have brought together. It really was cool. Some of them were kind of critical. They're more the European culture that kind of took over in this country. Others were more willing to embrace some of the duality that comes in it. But each of them shared something that was very important to them and their lifestyle. I grew up in Osage County, Oklahoma, outside of Tulsa, which is actually where the Osage Indians were, and then over in Cherokee Nation towards Westville, Oklahoma, towards Arkansas. And they had several writers that actually lived in those areas that they grew up in, and they talked about how life was for them, in the 1930s, 1950s, and 60s. Again, kind of resonated with my life, even though I was several decades later in the 80s and 90s. So again, it was kind of fun. One lady, Diana Glassy, really kind of struck at me. She's a Cherokee writer from Oklahoma, and what was really cool was that she has, again, Cherokee and Scottish ancestry, sort of like myself, and she was kind of talking about how the Cherokee and the Indian kind of culture drew her, and that blood within her kind of bubbled up in the heritage, and she really found comfort and soul in there, which seemed odd to her originally, because she's like, hey, I have 7 grandparents that are actually of European descent and only 1 Cherokee. What's going on? But that Cherokee-ness kind of snuck up, and it really gave life to her soul. And I have to admit that that's really on me in so many ways. For years, I kind of denied that Cherokee side of me, been enrolled since I was in high school, but didn't know what to do with it. And so as I'm coming into a realization of that, it was fun to find somebody else that had a similar journey that I did. And there are several similarities between especially the ancient Celtic churches around 400, 500, 600 AD, and kind of plays in that nature, with the Native American, and also find some connection back even to the Orthodox and into the Desert Fathers. So I think there's a lot of cool connections in there that I'm exploring, for one. Just an embracement of nature, embracement of the great mystery of God, and just seeing how things are. Anyway, it's a fun journey, and it was kind of fun to read other people who kind of walked that path before me. So again, it's a good one to learn more about just the Native Americans and where they come from. So anyway, take care and God bless.